Our next video is to show how to manually select and deselect indications that were selected using the equation in the last video. So we need to add a few columns to indications data. So go here and we need the ID of the indication. We'll see why in a second. Just grab this. And then we're just going to do a placeholder column called selected and set it equal to 0. Hit compile, make sure I did it right. Okay, so now we're going to start with the user interface. So we press the user interface button. We drag the weld output onto it here. We can do our view or where did it go? View horizontal and right click anchor all. That'll lock the window to the plot to the edges of the window, and then finally we're going to do edit structure and we're going to dock this here and we'll shove that off for now. So on the plot we are going to add a control event and then we can close off this side, and we're going to make the control event be a left button up. So just to get a sense of what that's doing. Okay, so just this plot here is, you can see all the editing tools on the plot because we're in design mode where the mouse and keyboard will affect the user interface. And now I'll go out of design mode, and now the mouse and user keys will act on the interface. So if I drag over this region, you can see I get some mouse messages. Get the dimensions of the mouse move. Okay, so next we're going to go to our label indications, and we're going to developer tools. And we are going to get indications in region. Okay, so and then we fill this out from the mouse message. So X pause. These are equations to the node above it, and L B down X pause. Just going to copy these to here, change X to Y, and run that. And you can see now we've picked some IDs here, of presumably those are the IDs that I just dragged over. Okay. So now we add a sequence, so we'll do a conditional sequence. Where is that conditional sequence? And I'm going to make the condition equal control is down. Okay. I'm going to relabel this one get, and you'll see why in a second. I'm going to go over to the indications data, and I do set value to indication by ID. I drop that on my sequence, and we do selected. So that's our new column, IDs equal get dot IDs, and we're going to call that a value of 1 to indicate selected. And I'm going to drag this up here, press Control to copy, and call this one cell, and this one is going to be deselect, so decel, and this is going to be a -1, and the condition on this one is not Control is down, Alt is down. Okay, so now if I drag over here and hold my Control, my expectation, need to run that. And my expectation is that some of these cells selected over here will have changed to 1. Do I see anything? I don't see anything. Oh yeah, there's one selected there. Okay. Okay, so we've got the data recorded there. Now we need to do something with it. So I'm going to add this condition here. So the first condition is selected. So our -1 is going to be no matter what your properties are, I don't want it. So that's a hard thing. So our first condition is it has to not be -1. And then our second condition, if it is 1, then I always want it. I don't care what any of the other properties are. So that's my opt-in condition. And then my other opt-in condition is the properties that we tested before. I'm just going to see if that, it didn't compile. So what have I done wrong? I've got a curly bracket there. I think there we go. And let's just try that. So I'm going to drag those, press Alt, and nothing happened, and nothing happened because this needs to be executed. So we need to drag a compile and execute onto the deselect so that after you've changed the indications data, you run the filter. And let's control those back in, and we are in business. We can select, there's Alt is down, and that's probably what I would want my answer to be, but you can see that it's very easy to add things in and out. And so we've now done our first pass with the equations and our second pass manual, and we're good to go for ready to put this into some sort of training engine.